obviously there's down in the West Country where I am now. My nearest speedway track is Plymouth, and that has folded again.
It's come back last week. New consortium running, yeah. So national leagues
third in as many years, I think. Hopefully, it will come back. But we're looking.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to look at a track like Somerset to see that a success can be made in a farmer's field. And they're getting crowds of well over 1,000 every meeting, and providing fantastic entertainment there to the point where they've decided to take the jump up. So there is, with the right momentum and the right promotion, Speedway can be a viable business, but it's touch and go in many respects at the moment.
Nigel Pearson standing commentating in the cow pat. That would be most entertaining. Well, Peter, it's been great to have you on the show tonight. I mean, fingers crossed for you guys at Coventry Beast. Like I say, we share a lot in the DNA in stock car, and I think, and obviously share a lot of stadiums. You have to look at Sheffield, Stoke, going back into the time, Long Eaton, Bellevue, all those tracks. Kingston especially, I mean, is a fantastic venue. I was up there this year for the F2 semi-finals, and that everything has been just to the T, and it's like a blueprint stadium for every other track now. It's good to see the DNA between us, and without Speedway and providing shell ovals for us to race on, we need to work better together, I think.
I'd agree, and they're both threatened sports in many ways, and sports that still have good hardcore followings, given the lack of mainstream media that we're getting, and that has to be celebrated and taken further. But hopefully with the changes, promotion and relegation in Speedway and other things going on, new ideas coming through. Hopefully we can see some growth, but the Coventry situation is the first thing for me that has to be sorted out. So I'll be watching that closely, and hopefully.
Peter, thank you very much for coming on the show tonight, and all the best.
Cheers, Johnny. Thanks.
Thank you. Peter Lawrence there of the things. We'll be back after some more adverts.
Missed an episode of the FT show? Missed this?
Or a 3-2-1. Perhaps he should have won a Dusty Bin.
Yes, the spirit of Ted Rogers still lives on. 3-2-1. I'm doing the gesture now.
One-on-one? No?
Pistol leaded. We are there for the drivers.
What about some of our race commentaries? You missed that?
Both go out! They both go out! And Michael Scriven takes it! On the line! Don't worry, you can listen again on Spreaker.com/Stocks Radio, and you can even download and keep them and put them on your MP3 player and listen to them on the way to the track.
Like some people do. Weirdos.
Those jolly good eggs at Stocks Radio need you. Yes, you, dear listener. We need reporters to give us interviews on the spot. Fancy yourself as next Steve Linfield? Commentary gigs are available. Or if you just want to get gummy on air, like my grill, we have that too. Just drop us a line at Stocks Radio, on Twitter, Facebook.com/Stocks Radio, or indeed visit our site at stocksradio.co.uk. Okay, spiffing.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
New to Stocks Radio. Leave us a voicemail. Rant on our new voicemail line about whatever you want. Visit stocksradio.co.uk and follow the options to leave a message. Get involved. Hear your voice on the voice of stock car racing. Stocks Radio.
Advertise on Stocks Radio. We have a rapidly growing listenership, and we want to make sure that there's an audience for your product. Stocks Radio has packages from adverts to features. Even so, you can sponsor a show for a week, to a month, to whatever. Contact us on Twitter @Stocks Radio. Alternatively, leave us a message on Facebook, facebook.com/StocksRadio, or visit our website, stocksradio.co.uk. Stocks Radio, the voice of stock car racing.
The F2 Show. Do you know in the time it's taken to listen to this show, Gordon Moody has won yet another final?
Welcome back to the F2 Show here on Stocks Radio. Not necessarily all about F2 tonight. It is, obviously, with the situation going on at Coventry, rolling as it goes. It's a breaking news story. Ones that we don't get very often in stock car racing, and there's ones that we don't want too often as well. The threatening future of the track. We've just heard Pete Lawrence from the Save Coventry team giving us the Speedway outlook, but we need someone to talk about the four wheels, the Formula Ones, the guys who make Coventry Stadium what it is, and we've got the best man to do it, the bloke who we hope didn't win the last race at Coventry. Good evening, Paul Hines.
How you doing, Johnny? All right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's not a great day, is it? Really?
No.
It's like losing. Well, it's like finding out one of your family members has got cancer, isn't it? To a certain extent, to put a more crass way of describing it, but it is. When it's like a good friend, isn't it?
It's a devastating day for what we do. We've raced there for so long. For so long now, it's been the metaphoric home of stock car racing, and to just have it taken away so suddenly in such a strange manner, it's just hard to fathom out. I, along with everybody else, have spent days now trying to understand it on every level I possibly could, on a business level, on a personal level, on a stock car and a speedway level, and every time I think about it, and every time I work the facts, and every time I speak to somebody, I find it just so difficult to understand why it's happened, and it's strange, and I can't seem to understand it.
It is baffling. So, same question as I asked you. Your initial reaction to Jeremy's interview on the BBC today. Have you heard it?
Yeah, I did hear it. It's hard to try and it's hard to make sense of that, really. And I'll go through what my thoughts are. And these are my personal thoughts, nothing to do with the BSCDA or anything like that. Just my personal thoughts. And obviously, it was said 3 years ago that this winter would be the closure, and that was that. And you sort of take on the chin at that point and plan for that and think, okay, fair enough. Obviously, there was work done behind the scenes, and I must say at this point in time, well done to those guys. And even now, they and we and myself have certainly not given up on the chance that something might happen there again. But that a lot of work happened, and in fairness to everybody, it came out that we'd have at least another year there. It makes perfect sense. It can't be built on. They're not going to get planning permission in the near future. It makes absolute sense to have another year there. Some great events were going to be there: the F2 World Final, the F1 British, and obviously the last ever Coventry meeting. That would have taken place at some point, and that, under no illusion, would be a massive cash cow for whoever ran the stadium at that time. The last ever Coventry would be an all ticket, charge what you like, everyone will go type event. It would be a real big meeting for somebody. So I always thought that would always happen. I always thought that the businessman in Mr. Sandhu and the businessman in Jeremy Heaver would always make sure that somehow, some way, that meeting would take place. Next year, obviously, the F2 World Final, that would have been a cracking event there. That would have certainly pulled in the spectators. The F1 British and every meeting thereafter would have been a profitable venture for them, I would think. So I always thought that would happen. And then to suddenly see, the first rumours that the lights had gone, you just think, well, okay, perhaps they're doing some maintenance on it or something like that. And then all of a sudden, you see the pictures that come out recently. And to me, my personal opinion is, that's so hard to recover from. It's not just taking bits away that, can easily be replaced. I mean, the lovely restaurant that was there has now got holes in the roof. That's not easy to come back from. The catch fencing's gone, the Armco's gone, the shale's gone, the lights have gone. These are all facts. This is not me surmising or guessing. These are things that have happened. Now, the one thing in our favour is that although all these things have happened, there's still a lot of opportunity to make money from another season in stock car racing. personally, if I could sit down with Mr. Sandu tomorrow, I'd quite happily strike a deal to replace everything that's gone, forgo that money for the chance to, run those meetings and take back what was coming out of those meetings. So, looking at it from a business point of view, there's still an opportunity there to make money despite the investment.
We've had a statement from Autospeed regarding the Formula 2 going forward. Obviously, with regards to the World Final, it is an Autospeed promotion for the F2 World. It was the one that was due to be at Arena Essex. It is very much the case. This one, I've had emails bouncing around all day today from the likes of Steve Rees and the likes. We have here, so the statement is as follows. If I can just bring this one out. Yeah, hang on. This email's going very, very slowly again. I can only imagine why. Okay. Autospeed share the concerns of the whole stock car racing community in respect to the ongoing situation. It says now it's just decided to freeze on me at Coventry Stadium. Come on. Deary me, sorry about this, Paul. But
it's when you want technology to not let you down.
Yes, exactly. I think the boys have been in to remove my internet probably. Right. I'll go into. Well, so I start again from scratch. Autospeed share the concerns of the whole stock car racing community in respect of the ongoing situation at Coventry Stadium. Whilst there is much uncertainty about the venue, it will be improper and unnecessary to speculate on the outcome of two events there. However, contingency plans are in place should Autospeed need to reconsider a venue for the 2017 Brisca Formula 2 World Championship. It's very much been a case there. They've always had Plan B, C, D, and E, and F because they came to this one at the very much the last minute. We spent most of the shows on this here discussing where they were going to take it for things, and we were all disappointed when it wasn't going to go to St. Day. Yeah,
I think that's one of the important points at the minute is that nobody really knows what's going on. There's speculation on the internet. The only people that know what's happening are Mr. Sandu, I believe. I think they're in a situation that they probably don't know themselves. But there must, there must still be a small chance that something can be repaired from it. Even as we stand now, that track could still run next year. Granted, it needs some money spent on it now, unnecessary money because everything was right beforehand. But there's a chance it could happen. So it's really important that people, maintain their lobbying to try and keep it going, maintain their will and passion to try and keep things going because, at the end of the day, nothing happens without a fight. Nothing in life is easy. If it was, we'd all be doing it. So it's important to still, maintain pressure on social media, make people think that there's something that can be saved. That's the important. If it doesn't happen, and if and when the stadium closes, again, it's important that it's a massive loss. There's no getting away from it. It's not going to be, good for the sport by any means. However, it will still carry on. My personal opinion, I have no concrete evidence of this whatsoever. My personal opinion would be that chances are dates would probably go to maybe Stoke or Kings Lynn. There'll still be shale racing that happens, and it'll carry on. There's been big losses in the sports in the past, and we sit here now, maybe not as strong as ever, but certainly still an entity, certainly still a sport, and there's things happening behind the scenes within certainly Brisca F1, I know Brisca F2 as well, that will make sure the sport is around for a long time. It's just so frustrating that what's happened. It doesn't make, again, any sense to me to say, right, we're closing it 3 years ago, so then come back and say, right, we're going to get an extra year, to then close it behind closed doors. That would create, Mr. Sandu, lots of unnecessary hassle to try and close the stadium. Closing a stadium is not an easy thing to do anyway, but now obviously you've got Steve Rees, he's put the fixtures out for next year for his company. Surely there's some ratification there. He's obviously struck some sort of deal. There's going to be meetings out at Coventry, so that's an issue for Mr. Sandu. Obviously the councillors from rugby, they've come out on record to say that we've helped to negotiate a deal. Well, now, unfortunately, that work, the brilliant work that they did, that's sort of gone by the wayside, and that's not going to carry much favour, I wouldn't think. So, it doesn't make any